in much of east central Illinois and most of the area dealing with severe drought currently. So what we have currently at EIU at the Weather Center, we've had less than 2 inches so far at our official weather center, and normally by this time of the year we've had 4 inches of rainfall or snow that is considered precipitation, both categories. So we're kind of starting out this year where we left off last year. Now let's get to the better news. We left off on Tuesday, 46 degrees for the high temperature, and look, that's about right where we should be for this time of year. And then we get a little bit warmer. And then we go into Thursday and Friday, we have basically what are normal conditions for this time of year. Our lower temperatures, they're low, they're freezing, but it's not as bad as it could be. And one more thing, again, this is the last full week of the year, and then the next day to come, that is Saturday, February 28th. For Special Olympians, that's a special day because that's the day that many people take the cold plunge, the polar plunge. And take note, please, polar plungers, the Climate Prediction Center says for that first full week in March, beginning with your day, February 28th, maybe at Lake Sarah, better than average temperatures. So that's what we have going on weather-wise. And now back to the news desk.
It sounds like it's going to be some interesting weather for those plungers for sure.
Yes.
Well, thanks, Scott. In other news, some days all of us can use a laugh, and one local theater group is making that happen.
News Watch's Rashad Jones attended a rehearsal to learn what makes the show unique.
With just 4 actors, some playing more than 11 different roles, the stage is set for the Charleston Community Theater's production of The 39 Steps.
It is Alfred Hitchcock meets Monty Python. You have a dogfight in the air, a train chase, dogs are chasing one of the characters. Normal spy story and love story.
Released back in 1935, is a Hitchcock classic, and director Gail Mason knows it can be tricky to pull off.
It is the complexity of doing this show with all of its parts, and also having characters play 11 different actors playing 11 different characters.
Lead actor Blake Richardson has put in the work preparing for his role.
It's a lot of reading it to myself over and over again, but at the end of the day, being here and working it with everyone and seeing everyone and getting the rhythm and the pattern and the rapport I have with everybody is what really helps me.
The play is set to begin at 7:30 tonight, right behind me in the Elks Lodge on 6th Street. And get this, the tickets are free. Cast and crew have worked on the show for months, each of them with one goal in mind: give people a reason to smile.
Just being with your community, supporting community, not just theater, but anything you can around town, getting involved. And that could be here, it could be at your library, it could be anywhere.
There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and I think we all need that moment to kind of forget about it and to enjoy it and to laugh and to be a way to escape for a little bit. And really, this is a pure escapism kind of show.
In Charleston, I'm Rashad Jones for WEIU News Watch.
The 39 Steps opens tonight and also runs tomorrow night at 7:30, Sunday at 2, and next weekend also at 7:30. Tickets are free, and producers recommend reserving your ticket online through the Charleston's Community Theater Facebook page. Well, in other news tonight, it looks like we're turning it over to sports, and we have Austin Perez. Good evening, Austin.
Good evening, Olivia. The Eastern Illinois men's basketball team hosts the Morehead State Eagles in an OVC matchup. Can they get some momentum with the conference tourney around the corner? Tipping things off in the first quarter, the Panthers are down by 7, but Michi White drives in and finds Nazareth Fisher, who muscles through 2 defenders and makes the bucket, adding on to his 11 points for the game. Only a few minutes later, the Eagles find a big rebound and are on the hunt for more. Josiah Legree dishes the rock out to senior Davion Cunningham, who displays some strength with his own fadeaway jumper to add on to the lead. With only a few seconds to go in the half, EIU is caught sleeping, and Davion Cunningham takes full advantage of the intercepted pass to soar into the bird's nest with this 2-hand slam. Morehead State leads it to the half 29-28. and with less than a minute to go in the game, Eastern are down and trying to make a comeback as it's Marcus Blackwell who steps up big time with this three. The Panthers bring it within 3, but it's not enough as Morehead State leaves Charleston with a road W 73-70. They won't get much time off as they host Southern Indiana on Senior Day. Tip-off will be set for 3:30 p.m. As for the EIU Lady Panthers, they look to get a win at home against Morehead State. The game was back and forth with lead changes throughout and came down to the wire, but the Eagles pull it out late, taking down Eastern 72-70. With the loss, the Panthers fall 4-24 on the season and must win out to have any chance of making the OVC playoffs. EIU will be back in action on Saturday at 1 as they host Southern Indiana for their final home game of the season. Eastern Illinois baseball is off to a hot start and look to keep it rolling as they travel south to take on the Arkansas State Red Wolves. The Wolves jump out in front early, scoring on a sac fly and a walk to lead 2-0 after 2 innings. However, the Panthers respond, scoring 3 unanswered runs, each on RBI singles to take over the lead. Panthers reliever Bryce Riggs pitches 2 clean innings, keeping EIU's lead into the 8th. As of just 5 minutes ago, the Panthers still lead by 1 in the bottom of the 8th. The California College Hoops invasion continues. After a dominant win over USC on Wednesday night, the Orange and Blue extend their stay in the Golden State against UCLA. After 2 consecutive conference losses to Michigan State and Wisconsin, Brad Underwood's squad hasn't let up the pressure, taking dominant wins over Indiana and winning by 36 points at home against the USC Trojans. Andrei Stojakovic was the hero last time out, putting up 22 points and going 6 for 7 from the floor. This game remains crucial for the Bruins as they desperately need a win for their chances to make an NCAA tournament appearance to stay intact. Tip-off from Los Angeles is set for 7 p.m. tomorrow. The Lakeland Lakers try to reclaim their winning ways as they travel to southwestern Illinois to take on the Blue Storm. The Lakers sit at 8-16 and are looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. As for the Blue Storm, they're trending up as they are currently riding a 3-game winning streak and sit at 12-14 on the season. Lakeland will try to end both streaks when this game tips off tomorrow in Belleville at 3 p.m. We take things to the mat, where 3 local stars give it their all in the state finals held inside State Farm Center in Champaign. Mattoon High School has shown out this season for wrestling, as the Green Wave sent 3 to compete for a state title in Class 2A. In the 113-pound class, 12-seed Jackson Howell loses in the quarterfinals and wins his next matchup. If he wins his next match, he will place. Bumping up to the 285 weight class, Mitchell Clapp falls in the quarterfinals as well to Antioch's Owen Shea, but wins his next match and the other one after. Finally, in the 126 class, second seed Tristan Porter beats his quarters matchup in Chris Shahu 16-5 to move on. Porter faces Providence Catholic's Max Mandak in the semi-final round. The NBA returns to action after a week away as the Chicago Bulls host their rivals from north of the border, the Toronto Raptors. One of Chicago's newest acquisitions, Anthony Simons, gets United Center on their feet after burying a beautiful long-range triple. With time expiring in the third, Nick Richards denies Brandon Ingram and somehow gets the ball to Colin Sexton. Sexton quickly dishes it out to Trey Jones, who drains the layup and beats the buzzer. Down 5 with over 2 minutes to go, Simons delivers the goods like Santa Claus on Christmas Eve, dropping in a huge three-pointer to keep the Bulls within 2. However, Colin Murray Boyle shuts down any hope of a comeback with this clutch and 1 bucket to low down to seal a Toronto victory. The Raptors continue their special season and take down the Bulls 110-101. The 2020 Winter Olympics are reaching its peak. With just 2 days of competition left, Team USA is looking to add on to their 27 total medals so far. Alex Ferreira picks up his first career gold medal in the men's free ski halfpipe event, the 10th gold medal for Team USA at Milan Cortina. But all eyes today were on the men's hockey squad in their semifinal match against Slovakia. And the Americans cruise, winning 6-2 and advancing to the gold medal match. Team USA will take on the biggest rivals, Canada, in the final on Sunday morning at 7 to determine if the USA will become the 11th province or whether we become the 11th province or Canada becomes the 51st state. After a rain-soaked opening round in Los Angeles, gorgeous and sunny skies have led to low scores in round 2 of the Genesis Invitational, and a surprising name sits atop all the rest. PGA Tour rookie Marco Page can hit the ball for miles, and his excellent drives have helped him to take a two-stroke lead at 12 under par as the second round nears completion. Page is one of the top-ranked rookies in PGA Tour history after earning his tour card by winning 3 times across the past 2 seasons on the European circuit. But the man right behind him is world number 2, Rory McIlroy, who's looking for his first win since the Masters last April. Rory has the crowds behind him and is red hot. He's still on course at 10 under par. 2-time major champion Xander Schauffele carded a second round 65 to jump into a tie for third at 9 under par alongside Jacob Bridgman, who nearly won last week at Pebble Beach. Also tied for third is 2013 Masters champion Adam Scott, who's still playing great golf at 45 years old. Finally tonight, MLB spring training is officially underway. The Chicago Cubs and Chicago White Sox faced off against each other today, with the White Sox winning 8-1. The St. Louis Cardinals will begin their spring training tomorrow. And that's all for sports. Olivia, Andrew, back to you.
Thank you, Austin. Looks like we'll be getting cooler weather this weekend. Skyly will return in a moment with one final look at the Skywatch forecast.
But first, an Iowa woman's collection lands her a world record. We'll have the full scoop on what that is coming up. Thanks for watching. This is Newswatch on WEIU.
If D-Day is cancelled, we will lose this war.
The final decision on the timing of D-Day will be mine, and mine alone.
The biggest seaborne invasion in history hinges on a weather report in the official trailer for Pressure. Oscar winner Brendan Fraser plays General Dwight D. Eisenhower in the war drama alongside Andrew Scott, Carrie Condon, and Damian Lewis. Pressure lands in theaters May 29th.
I think it's really just exciting.
Phoebe Dynevor is ready to hit the beach. The Bridgerton and Fair Play star is set for a lead role in Beach Read. She'll play a romance novelist who's dealing with writer's block and grief in the adaptation of the best-selling novel by Emily Henry.
When I grow up, I want to be Noah Wyle.
Oh, wow, you got me choked up there, buddy.
An ER reunion is just one highlight of this year's Movies for Grown-Ups Awards with AARP. The event honoring 2025's finest film and TV achievements by 50-plus talents, including this year's Career Achievement honoree, Adam Sandler, premieres Sunday on PBS stations, pbs.org, and the PBS app. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Finally tonight, after over 3 decades of work, an Iowa woman can now say she has the world's largest collection of spoons. Owner of the Mississippi Spoon Gallery, Camellia Pohl, has over 38,000 spoons in her collection, with about 10,000 on display. Her spoon collection began 36 years ago when her great-grandmother gave her a spoon set before she left to serve in the military. Pohl says the gallery serves to highlight different points in history through each spoon. Scott Ely is back with a spoonful of the weather forecast. Good evening, Scott.
Good evening. Well, I hope there's something good on television this weekend. Temperatures near 38 for our afternoon high tomorrow. Saturday, meh. Then Sunday and Monday, eh. But then Tuesday, much better. And we should be back to at least the temperatures we normally would have this time of year.
Scott, when you say to describe the weather, I know exactly what you're talking about. Well, thank you for that update, and that's all the time we have for tonight's edition of Newswatch.
So you can find real-time forecasts and the news video of the day on our website.
And if news is happening in your community, let us know by dropping us an email at news@weiu.net.
Have a great night. Enjoy your weekend. Stay warm.
Alamo Steakhouse and Saloon. Whatever the occasion, it's an environment for an evening of dining, conversation, and cocktails. Whatever your needs, our staff is ready. Alamo Steakhouse and Saloon, located at the Cross County Mall, Mattoon.
The Charleston House proudly supports Newswatch. Now welcoming guests on Charleston's historic 6th Street, the Charleston House Bed and Breakfast Inn offers refined accommodations in a beautifully restored bed and breakfast. For booking information, visit craigcollection.com or call the number on screen.
TCI Realty, Charleston area's real estate connection. Commercial, land and farm, and residential real estate. Experienced realtors with an up-to-date website at tcirealty.net. TCI Realty supports the students of WEIU Newswatch.